In 2015, the year Donald Trump emerged from a golden elevator to declare his candidacy, he paid $0 in federal income tax, just as he had in 10 out of 15 years prior. In 2016 and 17, President Trump paid just $750 a year in federal income tax, while the average middle-class American family paid more than $10,000. The New York Times says it reviewed more than 2 decades of Trump financial records. The account published Sunday describes a businessman president who avoided taxes by declaring huge losses, but now personally owes creditors more than $300 million soon to be due.
A deadly brain-eating microbe has been found in tap water in the Lake Jackson area of Texas in the United States. Residents of Lake Jackson have been warned not to use tap water directly and consume it only after boiling the water. Tests confirm the presence of Naegleria fowleri in the system. This particular amoeba can cause a fatal infection in the brain. Children, elderly, and those with weakened immune systems are particularly vulnerable. Residents have also been asked to ensure that the contaminated water does not enter their noses or mouths while showering. The authorities have been disinfecting the water system, but that may take some time. 8 Texas communities were originally told on Friday night not to use their water supply for any reason except to flush toilets. The warning was lifted on Saturday for everywhere but Lake Jackson.
Sri Lanka has sent back containers carrying illegal waste to Britain. The island nation has said that the containers were brought into the island in violation of international laws governing the shipping of hazardous material. The 21 containers holding up to 260 tons of rubbish first arrived by ship in the capital Colombo's main port between September 2017 and March 2018. They were meant to carry used mattresses, carpets and rugs, but also contained hospital waste. Earlier, illegally imported containers had included rags, bandages and body parts from mortuaries. Another 242 containers from Britain, which the government said were carrying illegal garbage in violation of international law, remain abandoned at the same port and at a free trade zone outside the capital. They arrived in 2017 and 2018. The Sri Lankan government is currently engaged in legal action against the shipper to have the 242 containers removed from the country.
Well, Dreamworld's parent company, Ardent Leisure, has been convicted and fined $3.6 million after 4 people who'd put their complete trust in the theme park lost their lives in 2016. The company is guilty of failing to properly train staff, failing to provide safe work systems and failing to maintain the Thunder River Rapids ride. They were repeatedly warned the rafts could flip, and if they did, they could kill someone. A single emergency stop button could have prevented the tragedy altogether. Safety measures, which would have cost just $3,000, could have saved Cindy Lowe, Kate Goodchild, Luke Dorset and Ruzi Aragi.
With news just in, a 6.2 magnitude earthquake has hit Cape Town. Residents have been warned to exercise extra caution. There are no immediate reports of casualties or damage.
Some people in Cape Town did feel that tremor. In fact, the U.S. Geological Survey coming out to say that South Africa should have expected a 6.2 magnitude offshore earthquake. So some people in Cape Town felt it, while some others didn't feel it. At the moment, the details are very, very sketchy. What we know from the City of Cape Town's Risk and Disaster Management, together with the National Department of Disaster Management, what they're trying to do right now is assess the situation.
The European Commission has welcomed the results of a Swiss referendum in which voters rejected a proposal to end an accord with the EU allowing the free movement of people. Switzerland's not a member of the EU, but has a series of interdependent treaties with Brussels, which allows it to access Europe's free trade area. Nearly 62% said they wanted to keep free movement, while 38% were against. The move, which would have curbed immigration, has been proposed by the conservative right-wing Swiss People's Party, but opposed by the government. Supporters of the anti-free movement plan said it would allow Switzerland to control its borders and select only the immigrants it wants.
The court is due to rule on an appeal by the anti-corruption foundation headed by Alexei Navalny. Just days after the Kremlin critic was poisoned and evacuated to a German hospital, Russian authorities froze his assets. The order was in connection with a legal battle between the foundation and a company providing food to Moscow schools. In October last year, the foundation was ordered to pay more than €1 million in libel damages.
A wind-driven wildfire erupted on Sunday in the heart of Northern California's Napa Valley wine country that spread across nearly 2,000 acres, forcing the evacuation of several hundred homes and a hospital. Authorities said the fire, dubbed the Glass Fire, broke out between dawn near the city of Calistoga. Flames then advanced to within a mile of the Adventist Health St. Helena Hospital. Hospital spokeswoman Linda Williams told Reuters all 55 patients at the hospital were safely evacuated over the course of 5 hours. The blaze erupted midway through the traditional grape harvesting period in the Napa Valley, California's world-renowned wine-producing region. According to the Napa Valley Vintners Trade Group, the area's 475 wineries account for half the retail value of all California wines sold.
Northern England could face a 2-week lockdown if coronavirus cases continue to rise rapidly, meaning pubs and restaurants will be forced to close and households will be told not to mix. According to newspaper reports, ministers are reviewing plans for an emergency circuit break to stop the virus from spreading, with large parts of Northern England being considered as a top target for new restrictions, as well as London. However, non-essential businesses and schools will be allowed to remain open, as the country faces a devastating economic shock. Workers who cannot work from home will also be able to continue working on site or in their office. On Friday, 6,874 new coronavirus cases were recorded in the UK, representing a significant rise in virus cases in recent weeks. The R rate could now be as high as 1.5 in Britain, meaning coronavirus is spreading.
An Indonesian naval vessel fired on a Chinese fishing boat on Friday, injuring one person, China's foreign ministry said. The country's third reported confrontation this year near a chain of islands as regional tensions mount in the South China Sea. Indonesia's navy said it had fired warning shots at several boats with Chinese flags that it accused of fishing illegally near the Natuna Islands, but a spokesman told Reuters there had been no injuries. Indonesia is not part of a broader regional dispute over China's reclamation activities in the South China Sea and Beijing's claims on swathes of key waterways. But Jakarta has objected to China's inclusion of parts of the Indonesian-ruled Natuna Islands within a 9-dash line that Beijing marks on maps to show its claim on the body of water. China has said it does not dispute Indonesia's sovereignty over the Natuna Islands, although the statement said the area where the incident occurred is subject to overlapping interests.